Hi guys, back again and showing you another technique of a throw or a takedown using both a stick or your open hand technique, either in an eskrido type environment when you were sparring, stick fighting, and also used for a self-defense type technique as well. So what we're doing here is we're just going to simply spar around very slowly, and what I'm doing is I capture my guy here. So I'm blocking the inside, my left hand comes up and claims underneath my opponent's weapon hand. I bring the butt of my weapon back to the crook of the bend in the elbow. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a fulcrum. I step across to his left shoulder with my right foot, and then I just do a little bit of a circle in a anti-clockwise direction with my left leg. And I take my guy to the ground. As you can see, by moving back and over to the head, I can strike to the elbow, I can strike to the back of the head. If I wanted to, I can just kick the guy straight to the sternum or to the face. So, up on this side please. So as he strikes, here, I block. I come through with my hand, I'm trying to bend the wrist. If I grab hold of the wrist, I'm actually supporting it and I'm fighting myself. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is, see how his wrist is coming back here? Now I've actually got a wrist lock onto him. I step across and I turn and I take the guy down to the ground. Now as you can see, it's a very effective technique. So as we're sparring again, and all we need to try and do is figure out how we're going to get into that position. So into this, now I can strip him his weapon off this way, in which case I just grab the hand, and again, I just take him to the ground. So when you're practicing this, be really, really nice and relaxed. Now, if we put our sticks down, and that guy punches me with a right cross, I simply come up and block. With my right hand, I come in and I'm grabbing his elbow above, well actually his upper arm above his elbow. And I use my left hand that I've blocked with, and I'm pushing his arm back. So what I've done is I've created a series of angles here, and I'll actually put pressure onto this elbow. Once again, I've got to be careful he doesn't punch me. He's not going to stand here and let me do this. This happens very fast. So I've got my guy here, alright, and keep my hand and the pressure onto his forearm is always extended. And then I'm in my containment position. So here, this is a nice eskrido movement. Right, we're just putting pressure onto the synovial joint of the shoulder. I move to this position here. If I want to change over and put more position, I place it behind my right arm. And all I'm doing is moving this back. He's tapping, he's in discomfort. So I can control this person here. If I wish, I can put him in a reverse rear arm figure 4 wrist lock. So we've got all these types of options that we can use for containment. I don't try to lean too far forward. I can unbalance, and also this is a lot of people will say this is not a good position. There's been a couple of unfortunate incidences where people have actually lost their lives with law enforcement officers, where they've actually put too much pressure. When you put too much pressure onto the back of the neck, you've cut off the blood supply to the brain. This is a containment position. You have an obligation under the continuum and use of force, or under the law, to make sure that you are in a safe position. Alright, if you have to contain this person from attacking you, that's fine. If you exceed the use of force, then you are indeed breaking it. So, when the person comes through his right cross, I block. I come through, I can take my guy down to this way. I've simply put in here it's a variant, it's a figure 4 armbar. I step back with my leg and I'm taking to the ground. I move over to this other side. You notice I'm stepping around in front of the head. I come back down to my containment position and I'm either putting pressure onto the arm with my left arm in this manner, or I pass the arm through behind my right arm. So that's the pressure that we're trying to do there. So let's look at that again one more time. Alright, as he punches, I take the person to the ground. So we've got all of these types of things here. So, either with using a stick or an open hand, this is an option that you can use. It's a perishable skill. You have to practice. You have to practice not only in a controlled environment like this, but also in as a realistic fashion as you can, so that you are getting faster and faster and faster. Your opponent isn't going to be attacking you on the street in a nice controlled environment so that you can execute the technique. This is a training situation. Hopefully you get something from this. Practice, come back to us, have a nice day.